Look at a map of the world. You see continents, you see oceans, you see borders. But if you want to understand power, you have to look at the gaps between them. This is the Strait of Malacca. It is 580 miles long. At its narrowest point, it is just 1.5 miles wide. Every year, nearly 100,000 ships pass through this narrow corridor. They carry 25% of all traded goods on Earth, 80% of China's oil, 90% of Japan's energy. This is not just a shipping lane. It is the jugular vein of the global economy. And right now, it is the center of the most expensive strategic puzzle in history. This is the Malacca Dilemma. This is wealth geostrategy. Geopolitics is often just a battle of arithmetic. If the Strait of Malacca were to close for just 1 week, global supply chains wouldn't just slow down. They would fracture. $5 trillion in trade passes through here annually. For China, Malacca is a life-or-death equation. Without the oil that flows through this gap, the lights in Shanghai go out in less than 90 days. The factories in Shenzhen stop. The economic miracle ends. This is why former Chinese President Hu Jintao coined the phrase, the Malacca Dilemma. It is the realization that a nation's entire future can be held hostage by a single point of geography. But geography is only half the problem. The other half? Who patrols it? For 80 years, the safety of this strait has been guaranteed by one force, the US Navy. This is the great irony of modern geostrategy. The very system that allows China to grow is protected by the very power that views China as its greatest rival. The US 7th Fleet, based in Japan, ensures that these waters remain free of pirates, free of blockades, open for business. It is a security subsidy. America pays for the protection, the world gets the trade. But as tensions shift, the security subsidy is becoming a security risk. Because if you are China, you have to ask, what happens if the guarantor decides to stop guaranteeing? Understanding the map is the first step to understanding the money. We track the physical corridors of wealth. If you find this useful, join the channel. It helps us keep these deep dives going. How do you solve a dilemma you can't move? You build around it. This is the real reason behind the Belt and Road Initiative. It's not just about influence, it's about Malacca insurance. Look at the pipelines through Myanmar. Look at the rail lines through Central Asia. Look at the proposed Kira Isthmus Canal in Thailand. These projects cost hundreds of billions of dollars. Economically, many of them don't make sense. Pipelines are more expensive than tankers. Trains carry less than ships. But strategically, they are priceless. They are bypass valves. If the jugular vein is ever cut, these are the arteries that keep the body alive. While the superpowers worry about the dilemma, one small island has turned it into the ultimate wealth machine. Singapore. Geography gave Singapore a seat at the table. Strategy gave it the table. By sitting exactly at the mouth of the strait, Singapore became the world's gas station. Its bank, its court. They don't just move the goods. They finance the movement. They ensure the movement. This is the ultimate lesson of geostrategy. You don't need to be a giant to have leverage. You just need to be in the right place at the right time with the right system. Malacca created Singapore, and Singapore now manages Malacca. The Malacca Dilemma isn't a problem to be solved. It is a reality to be managed. It is the physical anchor that keeps the world's major powers tethered to one another. As long as 25% of the world's trade flows through this 1.5-mile gap, the incentives for stability remain higher than the incentives for conflict. The strait is a choke point, but it is also a bridge. In the world of wealth geostrategy, the most dangerous places on the map are often the only things keeping the system together. Thanks for watching.